Good morning, students. How are you all? Fine. Okay, very good. Dear students, now is the session of business studies. As usually, it happens every day at this time. Okay, and in the previous few sessions, we had completed the topic the meaning and types of debentures. So, today let us proceed our discussion with the advantages and disadvantages of debentures. Dear students, already I have told you that debentures are a very important source of important type of, rather better to say, borrowed fund. And in fact, by issuing the debentures, the issuing organizations borrow fund from the public, and there are some advantages as well as disadvantages of the debentures to the investors as well as to the concerned organization or companies. So long as the capital structure of a company is concerned, its management cannot ignore the importance of borrowed fund. So most of the times the capital structure of a company is designed or is composited in such a way that the company can increase its owner's wealth as well as company can minimize its risk and cost of investment. So from this point of view, let us first discuss the advantages of debentures to the investors first. The first advantage of debentures to the investors is that it provides a permanent and regular income. How, in what way? Let us see. Those who are the debenture holders of a company, they are lenders of the company, and regularly they will receive a fixed rate of interest till the time the principal amount of the loan is repaid, either during lifetime of the company itself or after the company is wounded up. That simply means if the debentures are redeemable, then the debenture holders can be repaid their principal amount during lifetime of the company, and if it is irredeemable debenture, then they will get their principal amount, their amount invested in the company on debentures after the company is wounded up. So the first advantage of debentures to the investors is that it provides a regular income and permanent income to the investors till the time the principal amount is paid back. The second important advantage of debentures to the investors is that it is supposed to be more safe investment. Safe investment in the sense that once a debenture is purchased by the investor from the company, or whatever amount is invested on debentures of a company, this amount will be paid back. It is sure. If it is redeemable debenture, then the amount of investment, the principal amount, will be paid back during lifetime of the company after completion of a fixed period of time. But if it is irredeemable debenture, then it cannot be paid back during lifetime of the company. It can be paid back only at the time of the winding up of the company. So whether the company is wounded up or not, you are safe. Your capital invested on debenture is supposed to be more safe investment. That is not there in case of equity shares. The third one is, it is supposed to be more liquid financial asset. In fact, in comparison to equity shares or in comparison to preference shares, the debenture holders can get their debentures in the form of bonds or etc., commercial paper etc. They can get their debentures easily liquidized, converted into cash anytime, more frequently and more easily than in case of equity shares. Therefore, students, the debentures are considered to be more liquid financial assets. The next advantage of debentures to the debenture shareholders is that the debenture holders have the right of conversion. Although it is not a normal practice of a company to get the debentures converted into equities, but sometimes some of the special debenture holders are given this right. This is the advantage, this is the benefit to the debenture holders, that if they have convertible debentures, then they can get them converted into equity shares after completion of a fixed period of time. So in case of debentures also, the investors enjoy the right of conversion. Students, these are the main benefits, these are the main advantages of the debentures to the investors. But so long as the company itself is concerned, the company also takes some advantages by issuing the debentures. For example, the first advantage of debentures to the company is that if the capital is obtained, if the finance is obtained by issuing debenture, then there will be no interference in managerial activities of the company, because As per company's law, the debenture holders have no voting rights in company's affairs. So this is the advantage to the company, that the debenture holders will not interfere in managerial activities of the company. The second important advantage of this source of finance is that debentures are considered to be the cheapest source of finance. Cheapest source of finance because it has been observed that the rate of interest paid on debentures normally happens to be the rate of dividends paid on equity shares and preference shares. Not only this, but these interests have to be paid till the time the amount invested, the amount of loan invested on debenture by the investor is paid back. So from this point of view, the debenture is considered to be the cheapest source of finance. So long as tax advantage is concerned, so loan is considered to be a tax deductible item. Since issuing debenture is a way of obtaining loan from the public, therefore the company in fact can avail tax advantages by issuing debentures in public to obtain finance. Okay. The next one is, and that is flexibility in capital structure. Flexibility in capital structure in the sense that if maximum capital is issued, maximum capital is obtained by issuing equity shares, then it is not possible to pay back the capital invested by equity shareholders back to them. Why? This is the company law. But so long as debentures are concerned, anytime the company can issue the debenture for a fixed duration, and by redeeming the debenture, the company can make its capital structure more flexible. Okay. So if the company obtains finance maximum by issuing debentures, then the company can enjoy the advantages of flexibility in its capital structure. The next advantage of debentures to the company is that if maximum finance is obtained by the company by issuing the debentures, then you know what will happen. The maximum beneficiaries will be the equity shareholders, because then the financial management of the company will indulge into trading on equity. So increasing the value of equity shares by investing capital into the business through borrowings, mainly through issue of the debentures, will increase the shareholders' wealth. So this way, larger dependence on debentures by the company to obtain medium-term and long-term finance will ultimately benefit the equity shareholders. Not only this, but so long as market conditions are concerned, during the time of recession, the debenture is supposed to be very good source of finance, because during recession the people do not like to invest on equity shares, and since debentures provide a benefit of safety and security to the investors, therefore if the market is under the pressure of recession, then the company can obtain finance by issuing debentures. Thus, it is a very good source of finance during recession. So, students, these are the main advantages I have discussed about, which to understand the significance, the importance, the advantages, the benefits of debentures to the investors as well as to the companies. But like other sources of finance, debentures are also not free of disadvantages. So long as disadvantages to the investors are concerned, the first disadvantage is that in comparison to equity shares and preference shares, the debenture holders earn low income, because the interest paid on debentures normally happens to be lower than the dividends paid on equity share and preference share. The second disadvantage of debenture to the investor is that it does not permit them to participate in managerial activities. Like equity shareholders, in some circumstances, like preference shareholders, the debenture holders have no any right to participate in managerial activities of the organization, of the company. Not only this, but they cannot vote. They don't have the voting rights on any resolution of the company. So this is the advantage of debentures to the investors. So long as disadvantages to the company, to the organization are concerned, the first disadvantage of the company is that through debenture, if the company obtains finance, then it causes a fixed burden for the company, because on regular basis the company will have to make payment of the interest and principal amount as per terms and conditions mentioned in document of the debenture. Second, if the capital is obtained by issuing debentures, then there is a possibility of legal action in case of non-payment of the principal amount of loan to the debenture holders. Okay, not only this, but in case of non-payment of the loans to the debenture holders, the securities of the company, the assets of the company can be claimed for discharge of the liabilities. The debenture holders, if are not paid back their capital, then they will claim the assets of the company for discharging their payments. And in this condition, if the debentures are secured, then certainly the assets of the company will be mortgaged, will be secured. And if the in case of non-payment of the principal amount of loan, if the company fails to pay back the principal amount of loan, in that condition, if the assets of the company are claimed by the debenture holders, then just you think the goodwill, the reputation of the company will be get spoiled up to minimum level. So students, these are the disadvantages of debentures to the company as well as to the investors I have discussed. And along with this, I would like to finish my today's lecture with a hope that you will go through this topic in something better way or in detail from the textbook. And if you have queries and confusions, then must make a contact with me. Thank you very much.